Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Monday, June 1, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, former UDP chairman Alberto August detained over Facebook post. Attorney says he should sue. 15-year-old student shot dead in Gardenia, another teen injured. And police identify person of interest in Dr. Bonilla's fatal shooting. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
People don't travel with cash anymore. People would stop and they want to do a coffee tour, they want to buy coffee, but people don't have cash with them. Online banking facilitated a lot of what we do. I don't have to run to town and I have to use fuel and other expenses. Atlantic Bank actually approached us. They facilitated us with a bank account, which is something that we didn't have in hand, and then with a POS machine. I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Paperworks Entertainment and SJ Promotion presents the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up. The Father's Day edition. It's an all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Featuring the international reggae dancehall singing sensation stage boss, Wayne Wonder. To mash up the stage alongside the General Super G for the first time in Belize, Steely Bashman, plus Belize's top DJs. Get your general tickets for $60 and VIP for $150 at Madisco, Stone Music Outlet, and VIP Wireless. And lock the date for the official Belizean Jamaican Link-Up all-white day party on Sunday, June 21st at the Belize Airport Authority parking lot, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Sponsored by...
This Mother's May, celebrate the woman who makes the house feel like home all month long. Great deals like 15% off bathroom and kitchen fixtures from Moen, Hansgrohe, and Duraflow. Plus 15% off Hispasensa tiles, Stormguard windows, and 40% off Sunlight windows. And 15% off Berger paints and huge savings on clearance colors. So come in to Habet and Habet or Brothers Habet, call us or WhatsApp us today and make this Mother's May one to remember. Happy Mother's Day to all marvelous moms.
was in Belmopan. Then I used to go do my NHI in Belize. Then I came back home in Palma. And when I found out that NHI was here, I said, right, that's the perfect thing for me. So after the travel, it's very affordable. That's the main point. And you don't have to wait too long. Sometimes you go to hospital, you have to go from the morning, whole day there. So, but you come to the NHI at your clinic, you have access for doctors, you do your blood tests, urine tests, everything. I mean, it's very, very affordable. So if they not take the opportunity, they don't want nothing. The doctors, the nurses, oh my, they are so, you could question them. They give you answer to everything, and I see good result. And I have no complaint with the NHI itself. No complaint.
You're up against some tough challenges. But not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now. Introducing Ridgeline Lubricants. A homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Former UDP chairman Alberto August was detained at his Santa Elena home at around 1 Saturday afternoon after he wrote on Facebook, quote, "In Oscar Mira's deepest voice," followed by a quotation which states that Dr. Naim Bonilla does not live in Belmopan. Dr. Bonilla was originally from Valley of Peace. The post was accompanied by photos of Bonilla and Mira. The post plays on a controversy in February when both Mira and the Belmopan mayor stated that 2 murder victims were not from Belmopan and that violence followed them there. A victim's mother later revealed that her son was, in fact, a Belmopan resident. Minister Mira responded Friday night in a statement rejecting what he deemed an attribution, saying he would not allow falsehoods to go unchallenged and that all legal recourse would be pursued. The minister's brother also responded angrily to August's post, stating, quote, "I would take a charge if I see him. I really would," end quote. That post has since been taken down. Many reacted with shock at the detention over the satirical post on the sensitive issue. Reports are that at least 6 police officers arrived at his house with a search warrant for guns and ammunition. August was charged with using a computer system to disseminate a false statement. According to the Commissioner of Police, malicious posts and manipulated media meant to deliberately damage someone's reputation or incite hostility is not considered protected speech under the Cybercrime Act. At today's police briefing, ASP Stacey Smith said nothing surrounding the cyberbullying charge against August is outside due process. She also noted that the court will now decide whether the incident meets the threshold for such a charge.
I don't know that the procedure that was undertaken in the case of Mr. August was an anomaly. I am sure that there were other instances that the matter was dealt with similarly. So I don't know it to be a strange occurrence when it comes to investigation. You stated that he was detained and an interview was conducted, and that is a part of the process that is done.
Attorney yourself, does mockery or satirical posts made about a public official meet the threshold for cybercrime, which, as we understand it, is to protect vulnerable private citizens from being abused online by, unkind or predatory people?
I am here in my capacity of the person who relates police-related news, and the question that you pose is one that is better answered by the judicial process, which it is before now. No, it is for the court to decide whether the circumstances that are that form the basis of the charge meets the threshold. So I will not comment on that.
August told the media that spending 28 hours in a closed cell was not easy and added that Mira succeeded in embarrassing him and causing his family trauma.
I am doing okay. Being in detention for that kind of period of time, it certainly has an effect on you, but I consider myself to be strong. But if the intention of the minister was to humiliate me and to cause anxiety and stress for my family, he succeeded. He succeeded in doing that because the trauma that my partner went through, my friend, is unbelievable. Unbelievable what he put them through. But I have basically recovered, not fully recovered, because the police still has confiscated my telephones. In fact, they have confiscated everything that I have here that operates electronically, even make my clock. So we're not fully recovered because, like I said, I'm still, like they say, they knock you off for your horse, but they carry the horse. I need the horse, my friend, because I need to continue riding. Because they have awoken a new part of me. And the only thing that can't stop me, it will take for bigger things than these to sort of distract me, because I'm not easily distracted. So agitating for a better living condition for the people continues to remain my focus. And I'm prepared to take whatever lick comes my way for as long as it comes, but they not stop me from voicing the concerns of the people. In terms of this particular situation, many were concerned about the murders that is happening in this country. And now they are happening right at the doorstep of the minister with responsibility for the police. And then afterwards for him now to have that situation on his hand now. So I've come down to me, so focus on your portfolio.
Reports are that it was the intervention of the Prime Minister that led to August receiving station bail. Attorney Michael Parafit, who is representing August, said the arrest is scary and sets a bad precedent. He affirmed that the message being sent is that, quote, the PUP will not tolerate dissent in this country, end quote.
The PUP are so drunk with their power that it has gotten to the point where not only are they abusing the public with their policies, with their corruption, with their stances on different things, we have gotten to the point where we seriously cannot even criticize these people. You cannot even have an opinion if that opinion is going to hurt the feelings of some tender minister who cannot handle being criticized or being mocked, or being ridiculed, which is a part of being in government. Which Alberto August was mocking Oscar Mira. Oh, I'm sorry, Minister Oscar Mira, before I offend him and he comes for me. He was mocking him to say, I am saying this in his voice. But at no time did Alberto August say, Oscar Mira said this exactly in quotation marks. So that's a non-starter to begin with. But even so, if you feel offended by that, or you feel like somebody's putting words into your mouth, take them to civil court. sue him for defamation or something to that effect. You don't send 6 policemen, threaten the man's family. Alberto Agas have a level of backative. He could call people who could rush there and bring attention to this matter and let the country know what is happening. But what about people who don't have that backative? What about people who cannot summon some type of political support for their cause? These people are left to the dogs. So what the PUP did over the weekend is scary, because they are saying that if I don't like your criticism of me, I will lock you up. Plain and simple. So clap for everything the PUP does. Clap for everything we say. Cheer on everything that we try to put forward, or you will go to jail. That's a bad precedent that was set. The PUP will not tolerate dissent in this country. You dissent, they will lock you up.
Former opposition leader Moses Shine Barrow said he is disturbed by August's detention, quote, for exercising his freedom of speech, end quote. He added that the weaponization of cyberbullying laws to persecute and silence political opponents should not be accepted in our democracy, and that, quote, criticizing ministers and other elected officials should not result in being jailed, end quote. He added, quote, public criticism of public officials is the hallmark of a strong democracy. As political leaders, we have to accept that we will be subjected to harsh criticisms, sometimes even unfounded. However, when the police minister uses the police to arrest his political opponent for criticizing him on Facebook, this strikes at the very heart of freedom of speech and the fabric of our democracy, where political opponents must be allowed to dissent and criticize the government loudly, end quote. For her part, the leader of the opposition, Tracy Panton, says the government is abusing its authority and using the law to silence criticism and divert attention from its failures. A shooting incident in Gardenia, Belize district has claimed the life of a teenager and left another Belizean student hospitalized. The deceased has been identified as 15-year-old Rakeem Harris, a student attending Ladyville Technical High School. Initial reports indicate that Harris sustained fatal gunshot wounds to his head and back. The second victim, identified as 18-year-old Justin Young, was injured to his left buttocks and was rushed to the hospital, where he was immediately taken into surgery. ASP Stacy Smith said today that police are seeking 2 male suspects for questioning.
Police are seeking 2 male persons as a consequence of an ongoing investigation into a shooting incident that resulted in the murder of 15-year-old Rakeem Armstrong and the shooting injury of 18-year-old Justin Young. What we have learned so far in the course of this ongoing investigation is that both Armstrong and Young were in a group of other male persons on an unnamed street in Gardenia village when an armed male person approached the group and fired several shots, which resulted in the fatal shooting of Armstrong and the injury of Young. Preliminary investigation suggests that the motive for this incident is in relation to a dispute over a motorcycle.
Can you confirm if the 15-year-old was the intended target?
We do not know who was the intended target at this time.
Have police detained a suspect?
Up to the time that I last checked, I wasn't advised that the suspect has been detained. But as I stated earlier, there are 2 persons that were being sought in relation to this incident.
The family of Dr. Naum Bonilla, who was fatally shot Friday morning in Belmopan, organized a rally for justice that began at 5 p.m. It was a march around the ring road starting from the Emporium building at number 1 Nimli Punit Street. Today, ASP Stacy Smith said police have identified a person of interest.
On the last occasion, I advised that there are 2 motives that are being followed up on, and in the interest of not prejudicing the ongoing investigation, I would not disclose them. But what I will say is that we have made progress in relation to identifying a vehicle and a person of interest, and that matter continues to be pursued and pursued relentlessly.
Today, June 1st, marks the official start of the Atlantic Basin hurricane season, and the public is urged to have a hurricane plan in place. It is expected that a strong El Niño will result in below-average storm activity in the Atlantic Basin, given that the Pacific phenomenon increases wind shear, which usually suppresses hurricane formation. However, the National Meteorological Service always insists that one storm can be devastating, and warmer than average ocean surface temperatures must also be factored in. 8 to 14 named storms are projected for the 2026 Atlantic hurricane season, with 3 to 6 expected to become hurricanes. 1 to 3 major hurricanes are expected. In other news, 2 men died Saturday as a result of a traffic accident and secondary collision along the Thomas Vincent Ramos Highway in Independence Stand Creek, near the Forestry Department office in the Savannah area of the community. According to police, 38-year-old Andy August of Independence was driving a gray and silver Mazda Tribute toward Independence when 26-year-old Elmer Cowell of Red Bank Stand Creek crashed into the vehicle. He sustained severe injuries and died at the scene. Moments later, Customs Officer 51-year-old Willie Cruz, originally from Corozal and living in Independence, who was driving a Million scooter, crashed into the open front door of the Mazda Tribute, which was parked on the highway. He too was flung from his scooter and sustained fatal injuries. There was yet a third collision at the scene when another motorist, 59-year-old Ines Flores of Bella Vista, Toledo, stopped to render aid. A white Ford pickup driven by 54-year-old Leroy Delay of Bella Vista crashed into the rear of Flores' vehicle. Today, ASP Stacy Smith informed that August was served with a notice of intended prosecution.
The responding officers reported that upon their arrival, they observed 2 motorcycles and 3 vehicles, all of which showed signs of damage. The officers also observed the unresponsive bodies of 51-year-old Willie Cruz, a Belizean Customs officer of Independence Village, and 26-year-old Elmer Cowell, a Belizean laborer of Red Bank Village. What the preliminary investigation suggests is that there was a collision, an initial collision, between the Mazda Tribute, which was being driven by Andy August, and a motorcycle being driven by Elmer Cowell. This collision caused Cowell to be flung from the cycle, and it is reported that Mr. August stopped his vehicle and went out to check on Mr. Cowell. While Mr. August's vehicle was stationary on the road, it is reported that Mr. Cruz, who was traveling on a motorcycle, collided into the open door of Mr. August's vehicle, which too caused him to be flung, and both of these gentlemen succumbed to the injuries that they sustained. Police have since issued a notice of intended prosecution to Mr. Andy August as the investigation continues.
After the break, did Brian Meara's comment about amount to a threat? Will Alberto August file a complaint? Stay with us.
Belize Electricity Limited is pleased to announce the holding of its 2025 annual general meeting at the BEL corporate headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway, Belize City, Belize, at 3:00 p.m. on Thursday, June 18, 2026. For registration purposes, shareholders are advised to bring along a valid identification such as a social security card. Shareholders who are unable to attend may choose, and we encourage you to exercise this right, to appoint your proxy, or you can simply appoint the company's executive chairman or the corporate secretary as your proxy to represent you at the AGM. Proxy forms can be submitted at the BEL corporate headquarters at 2.5 miles Philip Golson Highway or via email at shares@bel.com.bz no later than 5:00 p.m. on June 16, 2026. For more information or assistance, contact BEL's Securities Officer at 501-227-0954, extension 1512.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Save, save, save. The credit union way.
For 82 years, Holy Redeemer Credit Union has been making a difference in people's lives. Member owners, you are invited to attend the Holy Redeemer Credit Union 82nd Annual General Meeting. Join us on Saturday, May 30th at 2 p.m. sharp at the Belize Civic Center. Be present for your business meeting and hear important reports about the continued growth and strength of your credit union. Holy Redeemer Credit Union proudly boasts over 67,000 member owners, $876.1 million in total assets, $729.5 million in total savings, $146.6 million in total equity, and $31.7 million in total surplus. And this year, an impressive $26.7 million will be returned to member owners through dividends and rebates. Remember, to enter the venue, you must present your HRCU passbook and a valid ID. See you at the 82nd AGM of HRCU, Saturday, May 30th, 2 p.m. sharp at the Civic Center. Holy Redeemer Credit Union, making a difference in people's lives.
Save, save, save. It will make you rich someday.
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you. It's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today? I'm so stressed out. Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay? Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
As we shared in our top story, Brian Mira, brother of the police minister, responded angrily to a post by former UDP chairman Alberto August following the murder of a Belmopan doctor. He wrote, quote, "I would take a charge if I see him. I really would," end quote. He later deleted the post, but not before it was screenshot and widely shared. Today, August's attorney, Michael Parafit, questioned if a charge would follow for him too.
People have said a lot worse than what Alberto August said, and they have been able to not be bothered. Brian Mira, Alberto August's nemesis and Oscar Mira's brother, put up a post said, if I see him, I would catch a charge. Brian Mira is saying, if I see Alberto August, I'm going to do something criminally to him that would be wrong. And so he's not arrested for that. He's not being detained for that. You don't have 6 policemen at his house trying to arrest him and put him in jail for the weekend. So there is the imbalance. Alberto August has been having an effect on them. And they want to silence him. And they want to tell anybody, we could do what we want and uno can't say nothing about it. Don't criticize us. Don't make a mockery of us. Don't be sarcastic with us. Don't be cute with us. Because we want to lock uno up. Now, what type of society do we live in when you can't even go on social media and criticize someone in government?
I want to say it in Boots Martinez's deepest voice. Politics are for big man and big woman. Politics are not for small man, thin skin small man. So gross or skin in. I'm subjected to all kind of things all day long. I said the brother, like you guys mentioned, the brother talked about taking a charge for me. That was serious. It's a serious threat. I am hoping he talk maybe one cyber charge because then he doesn't have to be in close proximity with me. You know, so when you talk about taking a charge, someone charge could extend even up to capital charge, you know. I want capital charge a murder. So it's not a light, they're not a light threat. But I am wondering, I hear people are talking about probably proceeding by way of a suit against him, but you know, some of our skin thick. But I will be extra cautious when I'm around in any area where he might get me. Want to attend the demonstration this evening in Belmopan, but I know they leave everyone around there. I know I subject myself to that kind of maybe volatile, dangerous situation because the man already say I take a charge. It could mean a criminal charge, it could mean a murder charge for me.
Alberto August was detained for 28 hours and charged for using a computer system to disseminate a false statement regarding Minister Oscar Mira. His attorney says he will advise August to pursue a civil suit for the overreach and abuse of power.
I will represent Alberto if the charge remains and proceeds in criminal court, but I can assure you that there will be civil charges against the government. Alberto will sue the government for this, and he should.
And then even if that complaint comes from Mira, you know, because it looks like so many politicians write the complaint and can review all the hits and all the likes and the dislikes and the thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs in between, and everything, and put in the report that they made for Mira. Somebody make it for Mira, and when in normal course you get a complaint, and especially a complaint of a technical nature like this. You send it, file to the DPP, whatever you have, send it to the DPP for her advice. And based on what the DPP advised you, then you proceed. But they interviewed me and then they send the interview to the DPP. It's like putting the cart before the horse. That's what they said, that they sent the interview to the DPP. I don't know if that actually happened. Because when I asked the corporal about it, they said, no, they said to the DPP, we send it to our internal office. Well, sir, or madam, if your internal office, the liars in the police department could not have seen like what the ordinary person sees, that was just a satirical kind of statement, then something needs to happen because they tell us that you read into law and reading is understanding. So if you may read that and you never understand the meaning of it, then I don't think you deserve that law degree. I don't think so. So even at that level, the lawyer should have told them in the police system, this don't have no weight. This is not what you're making it to be.
Will you be taking legal action?
I am leaving that into the hands of the lawyers, the legal team, and they will deal with that, and I will be guided by what they advise.
Is that your advice, Mike?
That is my advice.
Speaking with the media on Friday after an event in the Chicky Bowl, Prime Minister John Barsenio said he was unaware that millions of dollars are still being used for the Leadership Intervention Unit work program and said he believes the money can be put to better use. He described it as paying, quote, individuals for them to be able to live a better lifestyle, end quote. Some beneficiaries of the program were being paid $175 weekly, which at 523 employees totals over $4 million annually. However, the PM cited a figure of $3 million annually. The PM said that while the LIU has had great success in mediations and interventions, it does not consider useful to be rewarding people to behave themselves for a few weeks, end quote. Later, they go and do something else. It's not working, end quote. He said the money can be used to better equip the police to fight criminals involved in gangs and drugs. He emphasized that the program was never meant to be long-term. A black 2009 Kia Sorento with Belize City license plate number BCC63889 was reported stolen on Sunday. According to initial reports, the SUV belongs to police constable Kane Green, who left the vehicle parked at the Shell gas station in La Democracia, Belize District. According to reports, the SUV was last seen traveling on the George Price Highway towards Belize City. Police are investigating. Labor CEO Tanya Santos has released statistics on the ongoing brain drain affecting Belize, particularly within the health sector. For years, there have been reports of nurses leaving the country for better opportunities. Speaking last week during a keynote address at a stakeholders consultation on the comprehensive review of the Labor Act, Santos detailed how many nurses have migrated since 2021. She noted that at a KHMH alone, 50 nurses and doctors have left since 2024.
In 2024, the Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital lost 50 nurses and doctors. Since 2021, over 100 nurses have left Belize. And it's not just healthcare. Our teachers, engineers, ICT professionals, and others are all being recruited away, offered salaries with which we cannot compete right now. This is a clear indication that we have a very capable workforce, but we need to find ways to keep that labor force at home or to recruit.
After the break, Spanish lookout woman injured in Unitedville shooting. Stay tuned.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
People don't travel with cash anymore. People would stop and they want to do a coffee tour, they want to buy coffee, but people don't have cash with them. Online banking facilitated a lot of what we do. I don't have to run to town and I have to use fuel and other expenses. Atlantic Bank actually approached us. They facilitated us with a bank account, which is something that we didn't have in hand, and then with a POS machine. I sit and sip my good cup of coffee and do payments.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
I'm getting older and I need more medical attention, and this is perfect for me, because previous to that, I only went to the hospital if I had an emergency. I had a brother-in-law, and he was not feeling too good. And he said he went to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, you need to get a good checkup. And he said, but I need to work and make some money so I can address this issue. It happened that we were working by Santana, and he got worse. I had to come to New York. The next morning, Carlos, they took him to Belize. Before the day was up, he was dead. His pressure skyrocketed, and he couldn't be helped. He passed away. And that has repeated itself many times, simply because we didn't have what we have now. It's something very good for me. We've never had it before, and I see a lot of people participate. They come and they are grateful, just like myself, that this service is available.
A 35-year-old woman from Spanish Lookout, Cayo, was injured in a shooting on Sunday afternoon in Unitedville, Cayo. According to police, the woman was in a stationary vehicle with two men when two other men exited another vehicle and fired several shots in their direction, injuring her. ASP Stacy Smith informed the media today that police have since identified a person and a vehicle of interest.
Police are seeking two male persons as a consequence of an ongoing investigation into a shooting incident that resulted in the murder of 15-year-old Raheem Armstrong and the shooting injury of 18-year-old Justin Young. What we have learned so far in the course of this ongoing investigation is that both Armstrong and Young were in a group of other male persons on an unnamed street in Gardenia Village when an armed male person approached the group and fired several shots, which resulted in the fatal shooting of Armstrong and the injury of Young. Preliminary investigation suggests that the motive for this incident is in relation to a dispute over a motorcycle.
Can you confirm if the 15-year-old was the intended target?
We do not know who was the intended target at this time.
Have police detained a suspect?
Up to the time that I last checked, I wasn't advised that the suspect has been detained.
In another price change at the pumps, the price of diesel increased by 35 cents Friday at midnight, going from $14.84 to $15.19 per gallon. The prices of regular and premium remain unchanged at $14.83 and $15.46 per gallon, respectively. All the prices quoted are for Belize City. In a brief statement last Wednesday, CARICOM's Council for Foreign and Community Relations, COFCOR, expressed profound concern about the United States' intensifying pressures on Cuba and reminded that the mounting hardships facing the Cuban people also seriously impact CARICOM nationals studying in Cuba and living there. COFCOR affirmed Cuba's sovereign right to import and receive fuel and condemned the obstruction of energy supplies to Cuba. The Council also reaffirmed that the Caribbean is a zone of peace and expressed alarm about the recent suggestion of a possible military strike against Cuba. It wrote, quote, "Any such action would inflict unnecessary human suffering, impose grave material costs, and fundamentally destabilize the security architecture of the entire Caribbean region," end quote. COFCOR maintains that Cuba poses no threat to any nation and affirms that, quote, "The continued application of these unilateral coercive measures constitutes an unjustifiable violation of human rights, the principles of free trade, and the fundamental norms governing relations among sovereign states, end quote. Notably, the statement carries a disclaimer from Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago, who reserved their positions on the statement. The high-level switch in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is expected to take place Tuesday. CEO Amalia Mai is to be replaced by former ambassador to Mexico, Oscar Arnold. He has been shadowing Mai for weeks. Mai will then take up the ambassador post in Mexico and will also be responsible to represent Belize at SICA, as well as Argentina and Brazil as non-resident ambassador. The transition comes while the Prime Minister is holding over the foreign affairs portfolio until Minister Francis Fonseca returns to work after open heart surgery. And the Belize Coast Guard is reporting on yet another successful enforcement operation in the south. As a result of a joint operation, Coast Guard personnel and officials from the Fisheries Department, Southern Environmental Association, and Wildlife Conservation Society, 3 Hondurans were detained near Gladden Spit Friday night. According to the Coast Guard, the fishers were engaged in illegal fishing activities. The authorities say the use of drones is enhancing maritime surveillance. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.